Oh, it's working. It's working. Hello, friends. Britt here from my lovely Airbnb with the unmade bed behind me. I'm curious to see if my phone actually stays in the position that it's in, allowing me to record this vlog because it's currently pressed up against a window and I don't know how it's sticking. It's defying gravity right now, but we're gonna see if this works. I don't even know if I'm looking in the right spot. It's been a long week, ladies and gentlemen. I'm having a great time. E3 2019 has been really fun. It's just been like back to back stuff. Got in Thursday night, did some really cool stuff with EA on Friday and Saturday. And then Sunday, things kicked off with the Microsoft and Bethesda press conferences. And then Monday, which was yesterday, was Ubisoft and Square. And then today was the actual first day of E3. And we are here and we are doing the things. I'm doing a few appointments. Like I take 3 to 4 appointments a day. Andrea is obviously kicking ass and taking names at the Coliseum and Facebook Gaming Stage. And Seimer is just being her badass, awesome self, existing and doing E3 shenaniganry. But today, I got to see a few things, and I thought it could be fun to kind of talk to you about it. Just a heads up, I haven't prepared anything. I don't even know what I'm really going to talk about, besides I'm going to try to talk about the games I saw, because I got to head out the door soon. I just wanted to say hi and give you an update. So, the things I saw today were Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which I am a big DBZ fan, and so I was really looking forward to seeing that. I also got to go briefly hands-on with Man of Medan, I think that's what it is. I always fudge it up. It's the super massive game that looks spooky as hell. And then I got to see Dying Light 2, that was hands-off. And then I was supposed to see Final Fantasy VII and go hands-on with Final Fantasy VII, but there was a scheduling snafu, which requires like way too much background story, so I'm not gonna waste your life with that story. But I do want to talk about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Also, I just had like these really nasty chicken tenders on the convention floor and it's giving me some major effing heartburn, so sorry if I burp. So when it came to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, I've been excited about this game for a while, but the thing that kind of had me a little bit nervous was, is this going to be good? You know, we didn't really see a lot of gameplay during the Xbox briefing, and, you know, it's being described as an action RPG, and I was just curious to see, like, how RPG-y is this really going to be? So, that rhymed. So, we got 20-minute demos today, and 20 minutes is obviously not near enough time to gauge how a game is overall, but you know, they did stress that this is early still and this game is not coming out till early next year, so obviously a lot can change. So where the game started was Raditz had just stolen Gohan from you, and you and Piccolo were going to go kick his ass. Now if you're familiar with Dragon Ball Z, you know the storyline all too well. It'll freeze the shenaniganry. If you don't, you're gonna have a heck of a time, man. It's a crazy one. So the notes that I took, because I was just curious, again, like, how much of an RPG is this game going to be? Because, like, an open-world RPG, Dragon Ball Z game has just always been, like, a number one thing I've wanted in my life. And it is very RPG-like. So what I tweeted out earlier was that this has the foundation. It has the potential to be an awesome RPG. And, you know, you have your skills that you can level up by collecting these little orbs that you find throughout the world, the regions that you're in. Oh, speaking of that, they did also say that this is not a true open world game, because in order to stay true to the story and the lore of Dragon Ball Z, they can't just let Goku go off and explore everywhere all at once. So it sounds like you are limited to where you can go depending on what point you're at in the story, which, like, okay, I can make sense. Anyway, I digress. So there are these orbs that you can collect, and you can get blue orbs that you can find in the water, you can get green orbs that you find in like forests, and then there are red orbs that I'm assuming you'll find in desert areas or something like that. And you collect those and you can level up your, I took notes because I'm a nerd, as Z orbs, they increase the power of your skills. And so if you need specific, like, blue orbs, you know, to go in the water. If you need green orbs, you know, you have to, like, go in the forest to find them. And then there are these things called D medals, which are found and acquired in battle, and you use those to acquire skills. And I'm not sure exactly how that all works, because that wasn't even available in the tutorial. And actually, you're talking to Baba, I think that's her name, the witch, right? I think it's Baba. Anyway, she was like, these are really cool things that you can use, but you can't use them during the demo, so don't even worry about it. And it's like, okay, well, cool. Anyway, you have your skills. You can level them up by acquiring orbs, and you also just level up in general. So when you're Goku and you're using your ki blast and you're punching bitches, you know, it does have a damage counter, so you do see how much damage you're dealing, and then you do get experience points, and then you do level up. So very RPG-esque in that sense. And then also you can acquire and equip different skills, and and then when you open your menu up, these are your options, because I wrote them down. There's item, party, character, story, community, and Dragon Balls. So those are all your menu options when you open it up. And I thought that was interesting because obviously when you hear community, you think of some sort of online component. And then, like, what the hell are you going to do with the Dragon Balls? Like, is the goal to collect all of the Dragon Balls in the game? I don't know. Maybe something really cool happens in the game. Also, what's interesting is that this game does have new story and characters. At least, like, that's the vibe I got. They just say there are new storylines. So I can't really confirm. Okay, I'm going to back up. So there was a character that Goku was speaking with in the game as an adult. And I can't remember his freaking name. But in the mainline anime, Goku only talks to that character as a child. So the fact that he was talking to him as an adult is like a new thing. And so the man giving the demo was saying you're going to see more instances of this with other characters, and also you're going to come across brand new storylines. So I think that's really exciting and enticing, especially for us Dragon Ball Z fans who have heard this tried and true story of Frieza way too many times. We've seen Krillin be killed way too many times. There's hunting and fishing in this game. I did not get to do any of the fishing, but I did get to kill a dinosaur. And then from that dinosaur, I don't even know if that's technically called hunting. I don't know. Because from the dinosaur, I got what appeared to be crafting materials. So you can, did I also write this down? Yeah, okay. Because also, okay, so now I know I'm all over the place, so I'm so excited. So when you go into the menu and you click on item, then you have a whole bunch of different kinds of item types. You have recovery items, cooking items, materials, gifts, and events. I don't know if maybe I fucked my word up. But I thought it was interesting that you can find cooking materials and just materials in general, and then gifts. Like, what are the gifts going to be used for? Do I get to try to sway people to like me? Because if so, that would be great. Anyway, yeah, and then there's cooking and eating, hunting and fishing. I talked about that. And then when you open up the map, you have your map and you have like the legend of all the things. And in the legend, you have your main story and sub-story quest beacons. So you'll see those on your map. You'll have something called a guide, a grocer, a trader, a cook, and training grounds. So like these are all things you're gonna be able to find in the map. And I just think that's really, really freaking exciting because that, again, like I feel like the foundation, I know I've rambled forever about this, but the foundation for a great RPG is there. It's just, are they going to be able to fill it with enough content? Are they going to make the characters interesting enough to, I mean, I think they're all interesting, but like obviously that an anime translates into a game differently. So, it's just kind of exciting to think like it's there. It's there. It's just like, let's see how they fill it. Please fill it well. And the combat felt really fun. You have your ki blast, you have your special abilities that I was playing on an Xbox controller. By tapping the left bumper, you now have like 4. You had Kamehameha Wave, you had Body Slam, Meteor Strike, and there was something else that you could use also. And the combat felt good. My biggest problem during the demo was they did not offer an inverted option. And that was kind of a bummer town because it's like I'm a fish out of water when I can't play inverted. Because I'm just like wandering around and I'm like trying to look down, but then I look up and now I'm spinning in circles. And I'm sure the people behind me are thinking I've never held a video game controller in my life. But anyway, yeah, that was Dragon Ball Kakarot and Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And yeah, like I said, just a lot of potential with this. And I left feeling good because, you know, we didn't really know a lot about this. And there's, again, so much potential. It could be awesome and amazing. And I'm realizing now I have talked for almost 10 minutes. So instead of going on and on about Dying Light 2, which I will make another video for, I'll just say, or maybe I'll just talk about it now, who the fuck cares? 10 minutes, let's go. Okay, so then I got to go see Dying Light 2, and that was all hands off. And I would say not too much new information was given. Obviously, this game has slipped into 2020. I had a feeling that was going to happen, but hey, it's all good. The main thing about Dying Light 2 is obviously now your choices have major consequences. And so if you decide to do a thing one way, it's going to vastly impact the game world as opposed to if you did that same thing a different way. And what we got to see was a mission where the water pumps have been turned off, and it's up to you to figure out who, what, when, where, why, and get that shit back on, because everyone's all happy in their little community, but little do they know that tomorrow they're going to run out of water. So it was up to you to decide how you want to play that scenario. So you eventually get to the guy who is in control of the water pumps, and you're like, yo, I'm turning this shit on. And he's like, oh no, you shouldn't do that because there's a whole plot against me, and if you do that, it's going to make shit real bad. And it's not as black and white as you think it is. And then in our demo, the developer decided that he was just going to turn the pumps on anyway. And so he did that. And then it was revealed later on that there actually was some truth to what that guy was saying. And now you're going to have this really weird consequence. And what I mean by that is the consequence is by you turning on the pumps. And I know this is probably not making a lot of sense because I'm just rambling and I'm dead, but I'm telling you. By you turning on the water pumps, it drains the water. And by draining the water, it reveals a whole new, playable section with all new characters and quests, because it's kind of like this underground city just is, drained, and now it's, available for you to use. But if you hadn't made that decision, all of those quests in that storyline would have, never been accessible. And they did say that they expect on a first playthrough that you're only going to see 50% of the content, probably because a lot of the content is locked behind choice of consequence. So if you play one way, you're obviously not going to see all of the other side of that coin. I don't even know if that makes sense. I don't know. Other interesting tidbits that I think they said they doubled the parkour moves in this game, and that was very evident by watching the developer play the game. They were just freaking, granted, now that's their job, is they practice this demo hundreds of times so they know what they're doing by the time an audience comes in to watch. But this dude was just fucking zipping around, climbing things, and oh my god, it's so cool. I don't think you could do this in the first one, but at one point he pushed a zombie over an edge, and he used the zombie to break his fall. So, the zombie's, falling, and then he hits the ground, and his head splatters, but you're okay, because he used the zombie to break your fall, and it was awesome. He also used the zombie as, a step ladder. He was, running, and then he just, hopped on the zombie's head, and he, got up to the platform above, and it was really cool. Anyway, it's interesting watching someone play Dying Light 2 this way, because the way I like to play Dying Light is I like to just kind of take my time. I don't like to just zip around for the sake, well, that's not true. I do like to zip around for the sake of it. It's fun, but when I'm in a mission or if I'm in a new area, I like to stop and look around and slice some zombies' heads off, and not so much zip through it. I just more like to take my time. I play it more as an action game rather than a parkour game where I just zip around, if that makes any sense. Either way what you want to play this, the parkouring looks amazing. It looks really crisp and really tight. And the combat, yet again, looks super visceral, like a hot knife through butter, slicing through these zombies' heads. It just looks really good. Anyway, I really need to stop talking now. Now I'm up to 13 minutes. Let me check my notes to see if I have anything else in here about Dying Light. I have Dying Light, Modern Dark Ages, new enemies, parkouring, okay, yeah. Damn, looks good. My handwriting is really bad, but it was very dark, and I did have a bar there. So I did have a glass of whiskey before I saw the demo. But okay, anyway, now for real now, I'm going to stop talking because I don't know how many of you are actually going to watch this, but I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and if you did like it, let me know, and I'll see if I can do another one tomorrow after I'm seeing Dying Light again, because Andrea wants to see it, but I'm I got to see it day one. I can't wait until day two. So I'm seeing that. I'm seeing Cyberpunk tomorrow, seeing some Lego stuff. I don't even know. It's I barely even know where I am right now, but I have a handy dandy printout list of my entire schedule because sometimes your technology doesn't want to work on the convention center. So I literally print it out, my schedule. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're having an awesome fun time watching E3 shenanigans, whether there's a fuzzy trying to get inside my face, whether it's from home or if you're actually at E3 itself. That's awesome. Hope you're having a good time. And I will see you later. Bye.